r/ask Reddit. What only exists because humans are dumb? The companies that get you out of timeshares. Fun fact. These companies are almost always owned by the same companies that sell them in the first place. Wearing this costume does not enable you to fly. Tag on a Superman Halloween costume. Jerry Seinfeld had this joke. I liked his follow-up. I want to meet the person dumb enough to think that this might make him fly, yet smart enough to think to check the instructions. Pretty sure they have a warning label so that stupid people can't sue them for not putting a label. Because stupid people blame others for their stupidity. Several warning markings like don't put your cat inside your microwave. What the hell kind of cat did you buy that came with a warning label? Right, mine only says hand wash only, not dishwasher safe. The word ambulance written in reverse on an ambulance. For those people that don't realize that the huge vehicle behind them, with the flashing lights and siren is, in fact, an ambulance. So that's what those are. Well, seems like I'm the reason the death rates in ambulances are so high in my area. Let's not get on a tangent about the topic of TV ads for prescription medication, but recently, last couple years they started adding a sentence in the commercials. Do not take Trevexica if you are allergic to Trevexica. What happened to make that a thing that they need to mention now? Why the hell would anyone knowingly continue to put a drug in their body if they knew or realized they were allergic to it? Answer. People are stupid. I get that it's to protect them legally, but it's mind-blowing to me that it needs to be said even to do that. The part that gets me is that the statement provides no new information. For example, I would say don't eat Snickers if you are allergic to peanuts. I wouldn't say don't eat Snickers if you are allergic to Snickers. Flammable tags on underwear. Some of us need that warning label. Licks finger and touches SSSSSSSSS. My ex was a flaming a-hole, so I'm sure he needed that reminder. I know a lot of people say warning labels, but let's be honest. Warning labels have probably never stopped stupid people from doing stupid things. They're just there to protect corporations from getting lawsuits. But the most ridiculous warnings only exist because some idiot actually did that stupid thing. They're there to protect the company, sure, but they wouldn't be necessary if the dumb thing hadn't already happened in an earlier iteration. The Darwin Awards. My favorite is the gasoline truck driver. When they get back to the yard, they would fill the tanks with water to evacuate the leftover fumes. It was late at night and he wanted to see how full his tanks were, but he didn't have a flashlight to see into the tank. But he did have a cigarette lighter. You can see where this goes. A friend of mine did this when we were about 13. He lit a match over the opening of his motorcycle fuel tank. He once had straight hair. Warnings on hammers saying this object can cause damage if you strike yourself. The belief of a flat earth. This is by far my favorite conspiracy just to laugh at just cause, like, why? Who would lie about that? What is there to gain from people thinking the earth is actually a globe? A sense of meaning in life. If they feel like they possess secret knowledge others do not have, it may give them a feeling of purpose. It likely also works as a form of neo-tribalism, where they can find a sense of belonging in a community of flat earthers. About half of what a hospital does. Of course, the side that deals with sickness isn't there because we're dumb. But the part that deals with glass bottles being stuck inside anuses is there because we're dumb. I'd argue half of what the emergency room at a hospital does, but not half of what the entire hospital does. A hospital does a lot of things outside of the air. The Emoji Movie. Having watched it, I firmly believe it was the product of Columbia Pictures going through Pixar's trash and finding an initial concept for Inside Out. That's also my exact theory for Riverdale borrowing a scrapped Sabrina plot, but nobody here enjoys shitty CW shows. Zero tolerance policies. Zero tolerance policies aren't because people are stupid, it's because people are lazy. They don't want to spend the time and effort to figure out what actually is going on. Gluten-free on bottled water. It sounds crazy, but it might mean it's not filtered out in online shopping. Some things you would never expect to have gluten in them do, as the world moves away from plastic straws and look for biodegradable options. Some actually have wheat in them. I've had customers who this took by surprise and now they have to check everything. It may sound ridiculous, but there are actually genuine reasons for it. Fun fact, many shampoos and body washes contain gluten and will make people, like my mother with celiac edit, as well as other issues relating to gluten and other health issues I'm not getting into, break out. Sadly these labels are necessary because it's in a ridiculous amount of shit. This is for external use only. Puts Clorox container down. Warning signs next to large waterfalls, cliffs, any other potentially lethal terrain. Sometimes I can understand at one of our old vacation spots there was a cliff that you couldn't see until it was too late. Popular hiking trail. Bolton Street probably deserves the signs too. Doesn't look like much, but is actually extremely dangerous. As in, if you fall in, you probably just die. Some really strange laws, like handling fish suspiciously, can end you up in jail in the UK. I believe it's in Massachusetts, but there is a law that says you are not allowed to keep a mule on the second floor of your home or something along those lines. Modern politics. If we were smarter there would be a better collective decision-making process. Like bees. Yep, instead of elections, let the candidate stand before a swarm of bees and let the bees decide. Whoever gets the most bees to land on him shall be the president. Humans. Me especially. Pyramid schemes, spam email, and pool gates. It's not a pyramid scheme, it's a reverse funnel system. Babysitters. If babies weren't so stupid you wouldn't need one. If loser unemployed babies would just get off their fat ass and get a job, society would be so much more productive. Do not eat contents on a Claymore mine. World War II, or maybe Vietnam. Soldiers actually did eat bits of C4 occasionally because it would give them symptoms mimicking that of a flu, which they'd use to get out of combat. Do not inject Lysol. Slowly pulls needle out. Caught this comment just in time. Labels that say allergy advice. Contains X on packets, bottles, whatever, where X is the only thing in there, like contains nuts on a packet of peanuts. Password strength checks. You know those labels on buckets with an upside down drowning baby? Yep, probably had to start using those for a reason. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.